think it was like 60%.
Was it?
We
Was
could
it that
check
much?
it.
Oh,
It was a
my God.
high percentage, and I haven't heard him talk about it a ton.
No.
But it's like I'm always clicking that on Twitter. That's the one where, because like that's always just been my little private platform that no one.
I
Really
used to get
follows me
most
on.
of my news from Twitter. The reason why I wouldn't have had Nick Fuentes, well, it's severalfold. And a part of this is obviously my own bias. I see him as just some kid. He's just some loudmouth kid.
Mm.
And many of his positions have been definitively debunked by historians over the years. I mean, there are still people alive who liberated Dachau, for example, or Bergen-Belsen or whatever. And I just don't see how it's possible that his base of support grows from what it is. And what it is a bunch of angry white guys in their 20s. So I just don't see what good it would do me to interview somebody like him. That's why I wouldn't do it.
If you look at it objectively, just like 30,000 foot view of why he's risen or whatever it is, obviously he is a very good speaker. He is. He's
very bright.
He's very bright for sure. Mm-hmm. He has a sense of humor as well. Mm-hmm. He can talk to the camera for hours
disarming,
at a time.
Actually.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's the first time I ever saw him at any length in an interview. And I was like, oh, he's actually a likable guy at first glance.
At first glance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's ways, like, if you wanted to look at it like, oh, the wolf coming in the hen house or something, that's how it happens when you have those other talents. But when society gets to a point, this is just my macro theory on it, but you look at a middle class that has been legislated away economically like
that's right.
in a graph since the beginning of the 1980s.
That's right.
And you see chaos and chaos and chaos and chaos and chaos and lack of hope. And people who are upset about their lives, they're carrying around college debt because they were sold a system when they were 15 and had no fucking idea what it meant. Mm-hmm. You turn that emotion in somewhere and you turn it into pointed at the fingers of the elite people, regardless of where they stand, that you don't like. And when you have someone like Nick Fuentes, who regardless of how he does it or what he says, speaks to that kind of crowd and does it very effectively, that is how you get something like that to happen. And also this needs to be said because we've seen this on every side of all these issues, whether you're pro or anti, pick your favorite issue here. There are massive propaganda bot campaigns supporting both sides.
You're absolutely right. Yes, which is also dangerous and completely unregulated.
What do we do about that?
I don't know. Can you do anything about it? Like you can pass a law saying, no more bots, and the Chinese are going to laugh and laugh. The Russians, yeah. I don't know if there's anything you can do.
Hey guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's a huge help. Thanks and enjoy the rest of the show.
I remember Elon was like looking at that when he was trying to buy Twitter.
That's right, estimating. I remember.
Right?
Yeah, he said it was like 40% of Twitter users were actually bots or something like that.
I think it was like 60%.
Was it?
We could
that
check
much?
it.
Oh,
it was a high percentage, and I haven't heard him talk about it a ton.
No,
but it's like I'm always clicking that on Twitter. That's the one where, because like that's always just been my little private platform that no one.
I used to get most of my news from Twitter.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, but like when you just look at the following, I'll click someone and I'll just be like, huh. November 2025. Oh my God.
Up to 64%.
Yep, Deep's got it. Up to 64% of the accounts were bots. So it's like you also have massive, and I see it on both sides of the issue. You will see Ayal Jacoby tweet something out, pro-Zionist, and it's got fucking 10,000 likes in 10 minutes. You will see Ian Carroll tweet out something. Ian's been on my show. Ian will tweet out something and has 10,000 likes in 10 minutes. Neither of these make sense.
Crazy.
Sorry.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Right? And by the way, that's neither of their fault, which everyone likes to try to say like, oh, you can prove that they're like running. They don't know.
No.
I don't know these fucking accounts that touch my
I don't even
account.
manage my own Twitter account. I have a guy that does it for me. He called me last week. He said, hey, you crossed 100,000 subscribers. I said, hey, great.
Is that Simon?
Okay. Yeah, Simon.
Simon doing that. Damn it. So it's always Simon tweeting. I knew that already. But still, that's kind of funny. It's just.
And Simon sends his best regards. He called me in the car.
Oh, he did? He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I like Simon. But like, you know, to your point, bringing up like the whole thing, we now make content like, you know, the NFL playoffs or something.
Yeah.
And like so-and-so talk to so-and-so. And yeah, I fall in the trap too sometimes.
Oh, man. When I was in prison, people used to get this this magazine, like Hip Hop Weekly or something like, I think that's what it was called. And I mean, it's clearly just a made up tabloid, you know, with these fake feuds, and somebody was in the club and they threw money in the face of somebody else because of something that happened in Atlanta. I got kind of a kick out of it, but these articles sometimes led to bloodshed. I remember two guys beating each other to the death over who had more money, Kanye or Jay-Z. It's like, seriously, you guys are going to go to solitary for that. There are no better reasons to go to solitary. That's what you chose. Oh my God.
I mean, there's not a lot to do in prison.
No.
I'll give him that.
I saw a fist fight once over whether they should watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or 110th and Park or whatever the show was called. 120th and Park.
Did you have to make your bones in a fist fight?
No.
You didn't?
No. I minded my own business. I made alliances with all
the Mafia.
The racial groups. The Mafia was the most important.
Right.
Yeah.
Who were you? I always forgot. Who did you have a moment of silence for outside the house in Atlantic City after you were in prison?
Oh, it was
Scarfo?
Yeah. And I was like, come on, guys. Come on. I can stand here all day.
You're like, I was in Pakistan 15 years ago taking down Al Qaeda. And now
I'm actually stopping in Philly on the way home. We're going to meet up for dinner.
Oh, that's awesome. You going to Dante and Luigi's?
Most likely.
Oh my God, that's funny. Whew. Your life, you can't make it up. That's
See,
the one
I'm
thing.
friends with everybody.
That's right.
Everybody. Everybody's got something redeeming. Everybody.
Everyone does?
Not everyone.
Okay.
I will say, I'll tell you a story. And I'm going to plug my latest book as part of the story.
Plug away.
So I've got a book coming out called Remains of the Day, a definitive guide to Washington, D.C.'s historic cemeteries. Go to rarebirdlit.com, rarebirdlit.com for the advanced autograph copies. So Simon & Schuster's publishing it. They liked it so much they commissioned 4 more. I'm almost done with the next one, which is Whispers in the Dirt, a definitive guide to the Mafia graves of New York City. Okay, so I'm about 70% done. I'll be done by the end of the year and send it to the editor. So I'm in the Bronx about 2 months ago, just taking pictures. I'm with my girlfriend. We're taking pictures of different graves so I can put them in the book. And the first one was supposed to be a field guide. It was supposed to be 8 inches by 5 inches so that you can stick it in your back pocket. But they liked it so much, they made it a coffee table book. So you're going to have to like lug it into the cemetery with you. Anyway, back in prison, I said to one of the mob guys, so you mind if I ask you, what are you in here for? And he goes like this. He goes, they found a body in a barrel in my storage unit. I don't know how that body got in there. 100 people had access to the storage unit. I said, no judgment from me. I was just curious. No judgment. And I kind of laughed it off. So I'm in the Bronx 6 weeks ago, whatever it is.
No.
And I'm like, who is this guy again? I had his name. I needed to take a picture of the grave. His name was Bonventre, the tall guy, right? He was like Gennaro Bonventre, Gennaro the tall guy, Bonventre. I forget his first name. So my girlfriend said, who is this guy again? And I said, I can't remember. He was a driver, but I don't remember the story. So I pull up my manuscript and I said, the tall guy, Bonventre, was a driver for this guy. He took the boss out for whatever. The boss was killed. Bonventre was initially assumed to have been the hitman because they couldn't find him. They found his body 6 months later in a barrel in a storage unit
God.
in New Jersey. And I said, oh my God, it was the first time I put it together. It's the body from the barrel. But he didn't tell me the full story. The full story is the tall guy was too tall to fit in the barrel.
Look at the hack a little bit.
So he sawed him in half. He sawed him in half.
That's what we do in Jersey, John. We saw in half.
And the barrel was full of glue. And it took the coroner something like 4 months to get the glue off to do the autopsy, which he's already sawn in half. So how much more of an autopsy do you need? But then they sort of pieced him together to put him in his coffin. And I was like, oh, dang, he was telling me the truth.
Where is this? Is this guy still in prison?
No, he's out, which is why I didn't use his name.
Right. Where in Jersey? Do you remember?
Yeah. It was in Newark,
Nice.
but he was not a New Jersey Italian. He was a New York Italian.
Got it. So they brought him over here to.
Exactly. I have a chapter at the end of the book. I go cemetery by cemetery by cemetery, and there are some like, St. Stephen's or Holy Cross or whatever that are just like overflowing with mob guys. Going back to, Joe the Boss Masseria or the Clutch Hand or Lucky Luciano, who's got a magnificent private mausoleum.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.